Hi guys, welcome to Mr. Cloudbook channel. In this particular video, I am going to discuss about the Ansible playbook, how we can write an Ansible playbook to install Jenkins on our AWS EC2 instance. So I will explain every step, each and every step to write a playbook also. I can give you 100% of the assurance at the end of the video, you will write your own playbook to install Jenkins on our own EC2 instance. For the prerequisites of this installation is all you need is an EC2 instance and an IAM user. And if you I just wanted to make the video good so we will provision the infrastructure in AWS using the Terraform, and on that EC2 instance where we provision we will install Ansible using the user data, and finally with the Ansible playbook we will install Jenkins. Let's see what we are doing today. So first of all we need the IAM keys to configure. With the configuration, after configuration we will use the Terraform files to provision AWS EC2 instance on our console. So once this is done, so with the user data of the Terraform only we will install the Ansible. So in order to run the Ansible playbook we need the Ansible. On the same EC2 instance we are going to run the playbook to install Jenkins on the same mission. I already have the IAM keys, and if you don't know I will provide the blog also how to create an IAM user and everything. So let's go back to the AWS console. I already have the IAM user and I am going to use the same IAM user for this particular project, and all you have to do is just go back to the GitHub repository. I will provide my GitHub link in the description and in the blog also. So please use that link. All you have to do is just clone this repository into your local machine. I already have this particular repository in my local machine. You can see here, and you can see this is the Jenkins file to provision the EC2 instance. This is the main.tf file, and this is the provider.tf file, and finally this is the install jenkins.sh. And first we are updating the system, and next we are installing some properties for the Ansible, and we are adding the repositories for Ansible, and for the finally we are installing the Ansible. So by default on the Ubuntu it will install automatically, but just for the use case I am using the sudo apt install git-y to install git again. And next we are creating a directory Ansible, and we are changing directory into the Ansible, and we are seeing the pwd means present, it will print the working directory. And finally we are cloning this Ansible git. So you can see, so this is the git, right? So in this we will going to add our playbook, and we are going to the Ansible, and finally we are running the playbook using the Ansible -playbook. And you can see the main.tf file also, and it will open ports 2280, 443 and 8080, and you can see the Jenkins SG, and you can use the instance type as T2 micro also. That is also works fine, no need to take the T2 medium. And it will use the Jenkins install.jenkins sh script user data. Use this user data to install Ansible and everything. And for the provider.tf, if you want to change the region you can change the region, and you need to change the your key pair here. So you have to provide your own key pair name here, and you can change, if you use any other region you need to change the AMI also. So I'm using the basic volume size is 8 GB. So you need to have the Terraform install on your local machine. If you don't know, I already made a video on the Terraform installation and AWS CL and everything, and you can watch that video, and I will provide the link in the description, and go watch that video if you don't know how to install Terraform. And let's see, the first of all we need to configure, just to provide AWS and configure and enter. And whenever you create an user it will provide an access key and secret access key, and you have to paste the keys here. Okay, after AWS configure, first AWS access key, you have to paste your access key here. I already have the key inside my AWS, that's why I'm just providing enter. And you have to provide secret access key here, and I already have that. So you can select any default region, enter, and you can use the any default format for your output. JSON is enough, and enter. And once this is done, let's see the Terraform version whether it is installed or not by providing Terraform -" version and enter. And you can see the Terraform version is installed. So clear the screen. First of all, before applying we need the Ansible playbook, right? In order to install Jenkins on our EC2 instance we need the playbook. So let's write the playbook, and let's open a new file and provide the name as Jenkins dot YML or YAML, so anything fine. So Ansible playbooks will use the AML format. So enter, and you can see, so this is jenkins.yml. We are going to write the playbook. So we need to start the Ansible playbook always with the triple dots and enter, and you need to provide the name. So name as, so you can provide anything here. So I just going with the install Jenkins, enter, and next we need to provide the host, and for the host we are using the local machine. Okay, so on the same instance we are going to run this playbook, right? That's why you need to use the local host, should be the hosts. Okay, so not host, so otherwise it will throw error, and enter. So after host we need to provide the become is equals to s, I mean colon, and next become user. So we have to provide the become underscore user. So whenever we use this script, it will go into the root. So that's why I'm providing the root. So some commands may not run without the sudo. That's why I'm providing the become user as a root. So it will use the root to install our Jenkins. So once this is done, we need to add the tasks to install Jenkins. So what is the tasks and everything? So task, so inside the task we need to write the name, and for the each task you have to provide your own name. So whenever we provision an EC2 instance, we will connect to our putty, and we will provide the first command as sudo apt update to get the latest packages. So now also in the playbook we need to get the latest packages first of all. So let's open the browser and open a new tab. So we have to search for Ansible module. So we are using the Ubuntu, right? So we need the apt. So module to apt update. So we need the update first command, right? That's why we need to provide that one. So you can see, so Ansible built-in apt module. So select this one, and you can use this long format also, ansible.builtin.apt, or you can use the simple apt command like to install every new package. So let's go down for the examples, and you can see the examples here. You can use any example. So I need to install everything. So I need to update every file inside my EC2 instance. That's why I'm going here, and you can see this is updating the all packages. Okay, let's copy this, and you have to come again to the Visual Studio Code, and you need to paste here. Let's delete this one. So the same thing will come, you can see. So hyphen name and everything should be after the Ansible, and you need to provide the here like here. So otherwise it will throw errors. Okay, you need to provide the syntax correctly. So and you can use the normal apt module also, okay, to install any new packages. So this is also fine, and if you want to use this full module ansible.builtin.apt, that is also fine, and you can go with the .apt also. And you can see here at the top of this each file and each module, you can use any module. So you can see the short module name, you can use the apt, or full module name, you can use the ansible.builtin.apt to install any new packages. So let's go back to the Visual Studio Code, and let me close this ones, and let's use this side by side so you can easily understand that one. So next we need to go for the Jenkins installations, right? So go to the Jenkins, open a new tab, and go for the Jenkins installation and enter. This is the install jenkins.io, and you can use this page to install Jenkins on your machines. So select the Linux. So we're using the Ubuntu, right? Just select the Linux, and you can come down and you can use these terms. Okay, so we are going to install on Ubuntu, right? So we need to provide these commands to install Jenkins with the Ansible playbook. So we need to use these commands only. So next we need to add the package. So this is the package we need to add for our Jenkins key. So we need to add the key, right? So what is it's using the HTTPS module. So let's go back to the Ansible modules here, and let's come back, and let's remove the apt update and use the HTTP Ansible module to HTTPS and enter, and you will get the Ansible built-in get URL module. So select this one, and we need to download any files. Whenever we need to download any files using HTTP or HTTPS or FTP mode, and we need to use this particular module, and you can go with this Ansible built-in.get underscore URL. You can use this lengthy module name, or you can use this short form of get URL to download the key. So let's go to the examples also. At that, under every module you will get the examples, and you can see this is the modules. This is the module to download from the HTTP or HTTPS and anything. Just copy this, and we don't need the mode. And let's come here and enter, and we need to add it here and paste, and let's provide the indentation correct properly, and we need to URL and destination should be inside the Ansible module name. Okay, so we don't need mod, and just remove this one and delete, and let's delete the URL also. Delete this one, and destination is also we need to remove, delete, and let's change the name. So what we are going to download, remove that one, and let's come back to the Linux installations here, and we are downloading the Jenkins key, Jenkins IO dot. So let's add the same name, download Jenkins key. So you need to provide the name, and for the URL you need to select this one, so HTTPS and at the end of file. So just copy it. So we need this, right? So HTTPS. So we are going to download that key from this particular HTTPS, and we need to provide inside URL. And for the destination, we need to add this particular key to one destination or one folder. So we need to provide this particular path here, and this is the path to download that key. User share key rings. Just copy this, right click, copy it, and you need to paste it here and save the file. So this will add Jenkins key to your destination page. So this is the destination path. So this block will download the key of our Jenkins. Next task. What is the next task? We need to add this particular Debian package to install our Jenkins, and we need to go back to the Ansible module again and come back, and you need to search for apt repository here. So we need to know that what to use and everything. So we need to provide apt repository and go inside this Ansible built-in apt repository module, and you can see here, and everything is inside here only. We are using the Debian package here, so we need to download the packages, right? So repositories and everything. That's why I'm using the repository module. So you can use this Ansible core apt repository for the short form, and you can use this lengthy form also, and go to the examples and copy that one, and you can see the Debian packages where it's downloading using the apt repository only. So just copy this one and right click, copy it, and come here and paste it and align it properly. And we need the, you can see here, and inside this one it's downloading the key to this file name. So that's why we need this particular another module. Yeah, we need to use this module. So let's select this one, not the last one, first one. So it's downloading the repository package to another way. So use this one. So you have to know which module you have to use to download and everything. So come back to Jenkins download, and you can see here etc apt resource. It's using this file name to download the repository. So we have to provide this, copy it, and under file name just remove the Google Chrome, and we need to paste that one. So we need to provide jenkins.list. So this is the file name. It's downloading the repository over there, and state present means it will download the latest package. And what is the repository we need to use? Just delete this one, and this is the key, right? So just select this one up to the end of the binary here. Just right click and copy it and use it here, and just remove the here. This is done, and you can see it's downloading the repository now. So this will download the repository, and we can provide any name you want, and just using the Jenkins repository here. So add Jenkins repo, and you will get this apt repository module. We need to use this one for the Debian packages downloading anything, and we need to use the apt repository, and for the HTTPS, and we need to use the get URL module. So in order to run the Jenkins, we need the Java. So let's go down and install the Java. Come here, and we can get the installation of the Java here also in the Jenkins installation page. If you go down here, and you can get the installation of Java also, and we need to update the packages. After adding the repository, we need to update, and let's copy this particular first path. This is enough. So this will update everything. Just copy it and use it here, and this will update install Java. So Jenkins requires Java, that's why we need to install Java. So what is the, we can use the shell command or apt command or anything, and we can go with the anything. Okay, so let's go back to here for the browser, and you can search the module also, and you have to search for shell. So this is the command, right, we are using to install Java, means Ansible module to shell, and we need to enter this one. And if you click on Ansible built-in shell module, this will use the shell to run our commands, whatever way commands we provide, and we can directly use this a name shell sudo apt update, that is also works fine, but I'm going to explain every update packages in the latest way. So we need to do the updates in this way only, that's why I'm not using the shell command to run the apt update. So let's go to the examples, and we can go with this any one. Okay, so like this one, Ansible built-in shell, we need to provide cat. So this is the command, right, cat is a command, ls is a command, and ch directory. So everything should be inside the commands only. So these are the commands, so that's why we are using the Ansible shell. So we can use this directly, we use shell here. So let's use the shell. And what is the command to install Java? Come back here, and this is the command, right, apt install font config. Just copy this, and you have to paste it here. So this will install Java, and -y you have to provide, otherwise it will stop at that point only. So if you don't provide -y, so in order to install Java, so we are using the font config. So that's why we need to install the font config first. So we can use the sudo apt install openjdk 11-jre, that is also work fine, but I am using the latest version of Java, which is inside my Jenkins page. So let's come here. So paste the same thing here, and just install, remove the name to, you have to add install font config. So first we need to install font config by using apt install font config -y. So remove this openjdk, it will use this font config to download the 17th version of Java. So that's why we need to install first font config, and next we will install Java. And once this is done, we need to install our Jenkins. So go back to the modules and search for the apt module now, and come back, and every time you have to use the modules only. So apt modules, right, sudo apt install, right. So that's why we use the apt, that's why we are searching for the apt module, and just click on this one, Ansible built-in apt module. And if you come down, and you can see the examples also to install any packages, and you can see here Ansible built-in apt, what is the name, it's installing the Nginx, so latest version of Nginx. And you can go with here also, so you can provide the actual version also by providing Nginx is equals to 1.18, so it will install the 1.18 version. So let's copy this module, and you have to paste it here, and we should be inside this one. So we have to provide the indentation properly. So what is the name of our package? Jenkins, right? And you can see here in the Linux installation of Jenkins, and if you go up here, so copy this name, so don't provide any wrong names, so it will install Jenkins, right? So provide that name, remove this name, we need to provide the Jenkins here. So install the Jenkins. So this is done, and next we need to start the service of the Jenkins. So by providing Jenkins start, we will use the sudo systemctl start Jenkins, right? So for the system service, we need to use the another module, and let's go back to the Ansible modules and search for the systemd module here, and Ansible module to systemd, we need to search for that systemd and enter, and you can see Ansible built-in systemd module. Just select this one, and if you go down for the examples, and you can see here it is stopped. If you want to use, you can use the stop, and if you want to start, we need start, right? Just copy this, and like click, copy it, and you have to paste it here, the same thing, and the indentation should be correct. And we need to use this state as started for to starting our Jenkins. And what is the name? Jenkins, right? We are starting the Jenkins, that's why we need to provide the Jenkins. And if you want to use the enable, you can use that one also, this is also fine. Enabled means yes, or true. You can use anything. So this is the playbook to install Jenkins on our EC2 instance using the Ansible. First, it will update every package. Next, it will download the key. So we need to use the get URL module. To download the repositories, we need to use the apt repository. And again, we need to once we add the repository, we need to update the system. That's why we are again updating. After that, we need the Java for the Jenkins. That's why we are downloading the Java and installing the Java on our EC2 instance. Once that is done, we are installing the Jenkins apt module. So it will directly use the apt install and it will install a Jenkins, and next it will start the service also by providing sudo. We use the sudo systemctl start service, right? But we are using the module here, Ansible systemd module, and this is done. Let me close this once. So let's copy this content, Control C, and come back to my repository, and let's add it as a file. So create a new file and use the name, so anything you want. So Jenkins playbook.yml, and you have to paste it here, the content that we use it to install Jenkins. So click on commit changes, commit. So that is done. So you can see Jenkins playbook is added, and let's go back here. Let's copy this, the name of the file of the Ansible playbook, and come back to Visual Studio Code, and now go to the install jenkins.sh. I need to change the name here to run the same playbook. So this is the playbook name, right? Jenkins-playbook.yml I use it. So save the file and let's go and initialize and everything. Jenkins.ec2, enter. So Terraform initialize, enter. So it will initialize and it will download the every dependency for the AWS resources. So clear the screen. So let's provide the Terraform, validate to see whether it's working fine or not, and enter. And you need to change your name here. So whatever the playbook you are providing over there, name over there for our playbook, you need to change the playbook name here. So next we need to use the Terraform plan, enter. So it's creating the two resources, so that is fine. So clear the screen and Terraform apply -auto -approve. So this will work, and enter. Download this Ansible playbook, Ansible repository, and it will go inside the Ansible and it will run this particular playbook to install Jenkins automatically. So you can see it started to add Ansible. It's creating the security group first, and after that it will create an EC2 instance. It will take maximum 5 minutes to complete installation. I will show the Ansible playbook also, how it's running and everything inside the log repository. We can see the logs of the user data also, how it's working inside this particular user data.log. That's why I'm saving the every data inside where log user data.log. Two resources is applied and added, and if you go back to the browser and go to the console and go back to EC2, so you provisioned EC2, right? I provisioned inside the Mumbai region. So select the region. So my region is AP South 1. Just select that one, and instances is running one now. Select that one. And you can see Jenkins owner is running T2 medium, and if you see here I am using the key pair as Mumbai. This is the Mumbai, so everything fine. It will take some time to install everything. You can see here now that 2x2 check status is passed, and if you click on connect and use the EC2 instance connect only directly, so just click on connect. So we don't need any modules now, so just close the spaces, and Linux installation also, Jenkins installation. So close those tabs, and let's see the Ansible version first, whether it's installed Ansible or not. So by providing the Ansible -version here, enter. So Ansible is installed. Clear the screen, and now go back to the var and logs. So we provided the logs, right? Enter. And if you provide ls, you can see there is a user data log here. This is the file we are using. So just cat it by providing cat user data log and enter, and you can see it's downloading the installing Jenkins using the localhost and updating the all packages and downloading the Jenkins key and everything. We can go inside also. So go to the home Ubuntu and control screen, and if you provide ls, nothing you can see here. So but we created a directory, right? So where it's created. So if you go back to cd/, enter, and if you provide ls, and you can see here we created the folder at the root directory. That's why it's getting here. So if you go inside cd ansible, enter, you provide ls, and you can see the ansible directory. And if you go inside that one, cd ansible, and if you provide ls, sorry, so let's provide ls here and enter, and you can see, so our playbook, this is the playbook, right? So it will use the same playbook. So EC2 YAML, Jenkins EC2 resources, these are the Terraform files. If you go inside the Jenkins EC2 and ls, these are the Jenkins Terraform files, right, to provision an EC2 instance. And if you come back, and you can see that cat Jenkins -playbook, enter, this is the playbook we use it, right, for installation of Jenkins. So this is fine, everything works fine, right? And come back to cd home on Ubuntu, enter. So if you see here now Java version, it will install 17th version of Java, and enter, and you can see the OpenJDK is 17. And you can see the Jenkins also by providing sudo systemctl status Jenkins, enter, and it is active running. Okay, now so clear the screen by Ctrl C and Ctrl L, and you can see the log also. To see complete log we need, right? So go to cd var, go inside the logs, so log is enough, and enter, clear the screen. And if you provide cat user data log, enter, and from the starting it will provide the every log. Okay, and if you go here for the top of the file, so this is the type we use it, the cat user data log. So first it will updating the packages, and you can see that also. And next you can see if you face any issues while installing the Ansible, it will installing the Ansible also using the Ansible repository. You can see Debian package https Ansible, Ansible Ubuntu, Jammy main. Next it's using the Ansible core Python 3. So after that, if you come down slowly, it will installing the Ansible here, processing triggers and everything. And you can see git daemon and git everything. So it will downloading the git next. So once that is done, it's created a directory Ansible. So it's providing pwd also. So cloning, so we are cloning the repository here Ansible, and we are go inside the Ansible localhost. It will using the Ansible localhost. And you can see we provided the playbook name as install Jenkins, that's why it's using the install Jenkins, and it's gathering every fact and update all packages. First we used the update packages, and next we downloaded the key, and we added the Jenkins repository. So we updated the packages again. So we installed font config. After that we installed Java 17th version, and finally we installed Jenkins, and finally we started the service is running. So this is done. Control screen, and if you go here like copy the public IP and open it in a new tab and paste the IP with 8080, enter, and you can see the sign in page of your Jenkins. So let's copy this path, right click, copy it, and come back to issue instant connect. If you provide cat shift insert, enter, so you will get the permission denied error again. Okay, go home and provide sudo and cat and enter, you will get the password. So just copy it and you can paste it here. So on the same EC2 instance, so we are installing Jenkins, right? So that's why we are just click on continue. So we are getting the password, and you can see the custom Jenkins and everything. So everything is working fine. I hope you learned something new. I mean how to write playbook easily using the modules. You can use it to write any playbook easily without any error. So hope this you understand everything, and let's go and destroy everything. So go back here. So if you destroy here, let me go clear screen and Terraform destroy -auto -approve, enter. So it will destroy everything that we browse until now. So it will destroy the EC2 instance and everything. And you can use this latest Ansible Jenkins repository also for your reference. So just use it for the reference only. Copy these Jenkins EC2 files. Otherwise I will provide inside my blog also. Just use these files to create your separate own repository in your Git, and use and try to write your own playbook. So if you get any doubts, then only open this particular playbook and see this. Okay, I have to use this, and for the reference only use this playbook and run your playbook. And if you get the errors, and you need to overcome those errors. So here we are getting the errors and everything. So go back to Visual Studio Code and you can see destroy is also completed now, and you can see instances running is 0. So that means it's destroyed. Thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting to the Mr. Cloudbook channel.